Hi lovelies, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is all about the soft subtle look, perfect for work, for the office, or just for going out. So this is like an everyday makeup look, no lashes, just simple, lovely, soft look. If you want to see how to achieve this look, click the subscribe button down below, join the family. I really appreciate it, and we'll just jump right into this video. So I've already had my moisturizer done. I've used the Clinique moisturizer. I've used this Clinique moisturizer. I had this in my Christmas collection last year. So I'm gonna be using, I've used this all over my face. Now I'm gonna use a primer. I'm gonna be using this UK brand primer. This is all Florish Cosmetics primer, and this is what it looks like. It's a UK brand, black on brand. Done my brow offline as well, so I'm gonna just put a primer all over my T-zone mainly, and this is kind of like a mattifying primer, I believe. It just says long lasting primer. I'm gonna use my brush. This is the same brush I'm gonna use for my foundation. This is my Real Techniques brush, so I'm gonna be using it all over my face to apply the primer. So I'm literally tapping the primer in as well. So it's really important you've got a primer on because it helps your foundation stick on properly. I'm going to be using mainly drugstore products today. So this is my primer done. I'm going to go into foundation. So for the foundation today, I'm going to be using this foundation. This is my L'Oreal foundation. This is my everyday foundation. This is my day-to-day foundation if I'm not going anywhere glam, but it's full coverage, a mattifying foundation. L'Oreal Infallible foundation. This foundation is good price and it's really good for it's long wearing. It's a good drugstore long wearing foundation. So I'm going to be using this on my face. So just put a bit of foundation there. I'm going to put some here as well. It just squirts out. So I'm now going to blend with my brush. This is my Real Techniques brush, like I said. This is, I think it's one of the old brushes. It's rubbed off. I don't know the name of this brush, but yeah, it's my Real Techniques brush. So this is the foundation and I'm tapping it all over. It's key to tap because I don't swirl because I just feel it moves it all over. If you're looking for good coverage, it's good to kind of tap, tap, tap. Okay, so for normal day today, I'll go into work. This foundation is good for me and this coverage is enough. I don't do too much, but I think I've used a good coverage and it's really good coverage, this foundation. So if you're looking for a good drugstore foundation, this is a good one, especially if you've got oily skin. It dries down very nicely as well. And for people that are dry skin, when you use this foundation, don't set it because it really dries down nicely. So I'm just blending the foundation in and it's looking so far so good, looking nice. I tend to blend it here as well, my jawline like so, just don't know, just so it blends very nicely to the next side. So this is what the foundation is looking like so far. Now next step is to highlight. I highlight for a day to day because highlight gives that brightness to where you want brightness to be. So I'm going to be highlighting with my All Florish. This is my All Florish concealer. This is in the shade 12 Almond. So this is the All Florish Skin Concealer and it's in almond, and it's kind of rubbing off in the front, but it's the same make as the primer I used today. So this is the way the concealer looks. So this is the shade of the concealer. So this is the All Florish concealer number 12. So the concealer I'm gonna put on the places where I would usually highlight. So under the eyes like so. Like I said, the shade I'm using is Almond number 12. On my forehead, just like so, under the eyes here. Okay, so I'm gonna let the concealer sit for a tiny bit. I'll just add more hair just on the side so you can snatch my nose nicely. Okay, so I'm gonna allow the concealer sit for like 1 minute so it marinates in there, and it's got a very good coverage. When you allow the concealer sit for a bit, it gives you a very good coverage. So I'm gonna let it sit for a bit and I'm gonna come back to blend. Okay, so the concealer sat in there for a bit. I'm gonna be blending with this brush. This is what the brush looks like. This is a regular brush. I bought it from AliExpress from Bailey. So I'm gonna blend with this. Let's start by blending my chin area. And I start by blending round it, then I go to the middle. So I go around like so. And then I go to the middle. So I'll do the same technique for the rest. Go to the nose. So I'm lightly tapping it in. And the forehead, kind of go around it like so. And I go to the middle. Go under my eyes and just do the edges first. Then I go under the eyes. I look up and I tap. I don't drag it because you'll be moving the product about if you drag it. So you just tap, look up and tap. So after blending the concealer, I'll go back in with the foundation brush that I used and kind of just make sure it's well blended, like the side of the nose like so. And I blend the areas where the concealer matches the foundation, just to make sure there's no line anywhere. Although it looks well blended, but I just make sure there's no line. So round and on the edges, just like so. And then I'm going to go to set. I'm going to be setting with my Mercier translucent powder. Okay, so I'm using my sponge this is my Red Techniques, no, this is my Morphe sponge, and I'm using this to kind of press under my eyes. So I made sure I blended it well before setting. So this is my Mercier translucent powder, and I'm just pressing it in on all the places that I've highlighted. So under the eyes, the forehead area, tip of my nose, cupid bow area, on the chin. So I'm literally pressing powder. So what I'm doing, I'm setting them in place so they don't move throughout the day. So my setting powder set all the areas where I have highlighted. Next step for me is to set the face with powder. And to set the face with powder, I'm going to be using my Fenty Beauty. So this is my Fenty Beauty powder. This is in the shade 400. Using this with a powder brush all over the places where I have not kind of set. So this just gives that just sets the other areas of my face. If you want, you can use the setting powder all over, but because I'm not doing any much contouring, I'm just using this as well to kind of start giving structure to my face. I'm gonna go in with a small brush that I got from, I think this brush is from Lidl, I believe, yeah, when we were doing some kind of brush sale. And then I'm gonna, any brush that it's small and fluffy, you can use for your nose like so. So I'm just using the same powder to kind of nose contour, not much but a little bit, just to give structure, just to make my nose look, you know. I tend to put it on my eyebrows because I'm not doing any colors at all for the eyebrow. Okay, so that's this done. I'm gonna bronze my face. I'm gonna be bronzing with my Fenty Beauty, I believe. Yes, Fenty Beauty. Or should I use a low-end one? Yeah, let me use a low-end one because I've used Fenty Beauty already, so I'll keep this and use this. So this is my Milani pressed powder in Et Glow. I'm gonna be using this to kind of bronze my face. Milani powder in Et Glow. Get a small brush and dip it in, not a small brush but a brush that looks like this, and then bronze, just to put in a bit of color back into my face. This is really red, so just it gives that bump into the skin, it gives that color. I'll use a bit on the side of my nose just to give it more kind of a contoured look, and I will do a tiny bit on my nose as well, just to give that nose contour a bit more structure. And then I'm gonna use this on my eyelids as well, just here, not all over, but just to give it a bit more shade to it. Okay, so that's done. I'll put a bit of blusher on my face, and this is my MAC blusher. This is my first ever MAC blusher. This is in Raisin. The bottom was wiped off, but you know, and yeah, but it's in Raisin. I know because this is my first blusher I got from MAC. I was thinking to myself, this is expensive for a blusher, but you know, it's lasted me like ages. So I'm gonna kind of blend that. So I'm putting a blush just on the high points on my cheekbones like so. It's a very pretty color for dark skin girls, like this blusher Raisin. I think most people have it. So this is Raisin by MAC. Okay, most times I don't use a highlighter when I'm going out and about because highlighters tend to be a bit too much. I do have my sleek highlighter, which is really subtle, but I don't think I'll use a highlighter today because that's not what I would do on a daily basis. I rarely use the highlighters except I want to go glam. So I don't think I'll use a highlighter today. Okay, for some reason I'm tearing up, so I'm going to put in more powder under my eyes because it's kind of putting a bit of, I don't know, like a funny look under there. And I'm just pressing the powder in because it's kind of putting like a funny look there, so I just want under my eyes to be really highlighted. I used the remaining part of the powder just to go here and here. This is my eyeliner actually. Let me put in a bit on my waterline just to give my eyes that pop. This is eyeliner, it's from Primark. That's what it looks like. I'm gonna just put it on my waterline. Put some just on top of my eye, just like a liner, but not really, but just small. And then I lift a bit just to give it a small liner effect. I'll get a brush just to smudge it out, make sure it's, so I did a bit messy, so just brush to, yeah, I think this is looking okay. Just a small liner there, nothing major. So that's that. I'm gonna put my mascara on as well, but let me do the other side of my eyes. Okay, so that eye is done, and I'm gonna use my mascara. I'm gonna use Marc Jacob. I believe there's Marc Jacob here. I'm gonna just use mascara. I'm not fixing any lashes because I wouldn't normally fix lashes when I'm going to work, or I'm just going like everyday makeup. I wouldn't necessarily fix lashes if I'm going to work. Okay, so this is mascara. Mascara is good enough. I'll do like 2-3 coats up and down, and that's about it. Okay, so that's my mascara applied. It's looking okay. This is about 1 coat, so I might do another coat as well. Okay, so that's what my mascara is looking like. This is in the shade, what's the shade? 321. Kiko lip liner. I'm gonna line my lip because I'm going to the office, so I'm not gonna do too much overlining. And I'm gonna do the sides. Kind of blending it a tiny bit. This is what the liner is looking like. Really nice liner. This hanging around here. This is actually from a pound shop. This is the Makeup Gallery Shine On, and this is in the shade nude, nice and nude. So this is from the pound shop, Poundland, and this is what it looks like. Quite a thick lip gloss. Not too sure I like this lip gloss. This is a lip gloss from H&M. I know they've got lip gloss. I'm gonna go on with this one on top, just to give it a better, because that's really thick and this is lighter. I'm gonna blend under my eyes just to make sure it's blended. Okay, so we've come to the end of this video. This is perfect look for my everyday or when I'm going into the office. And yeah, I hope you learned a thing or two. This takes me literally 15 to 20 minutes and I'm done, and that's about it. So don't forget to like this video, comment down below, tell me what you think, and also don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I'll see you in my next one, guys. Bye.